But first, let's start with the MTA. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority in New York is planning on putting welfare recipients to work by cleaning subways and train stations and basically earning the money that they're getting through welfare. So I didn't know this, but this program apparently existed and has a 9-year track record. It was ended by the Bush administration in 2008, but it seemed to be very successful in the past. Basically what MTA officials want to do is they want to provide low-cost cleaning for the train stations and the subways, and they also want to provide people with job training. So people who are on welfare, who are having a hard time finding work, would get this job training. And the best part about this, in my opinion, is that it could lead potentially to full-time employment. So on paper, it sounds really good, and I'm trying to find something that I don't like about it, but so far I haven't. Do you have any thoughts on this, Cenk?
I love a story where we try to find something bad about it. Well, no, look, I'm sure some people will object. That's not what you should do. These people that are on welfare already are in a hard situation, and they might be raising kids, and it might be hard for them to leave the kids to do the job, blah, blah, blah. But overall, no, I'm on the side of, it does get them some job training, and you might say, oh, that's not the right kind of job training, and would I rather that they eventually become lawyers and doctors? Yes, but at the same time, it's a job, and you shouldn't look down on a job. A job's a job. And so, and it does save some degree of money. I think it's a fairly sensible program.
Yeah, I think it's a sensible program as well, especially considering the fact that, of course, New York is experiencing a bunch of budget cuts, and right now they don't have the money available to pay people to clean the subways and train stations, right? They just plain don't have the funds. So I like the idea of employing people who need jobs, and I like the idea of keeping the subways and train stations sanitary, clean, bearable.
I didn't have to search too hard. I didn't have to search too hard to find a bunch of things wrong with this. You guys want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's demeaning, number one, because there's a hierarchy, and we know this in our society. There's a hierarchy of the kind of jobs you have. If you're a garbage men in general, I think, from what I hear, make decent money. But no one says, I want to grow up and be a garbage man, because you're dealing with other people's shit. You're dealing with people's throwaways. You're digging through garbage. It's just it's a lower mentally it's a lower level. So we're kind of putting welfare recipients in a place of lower society immediately. Fine, job training. Why aren't we taking welfare recipients and saying, you know what, MTA, we don't have money to pay people necessarily. Why isn't the job training working in some of those booths or working in the office somewhere and we don't pay you necessarily, or we pay you less and you're getting your welfare training? It's cleaning up other people's shit. It's putting them in this position of just like, you're lower, you're getting welfare. It's demeaning. It's just, there's not a real growth. And if you're getting training and cleaning up other people's stuff. Oh, now after I get this training, clean up shit subways in New York City, maybe I can clean up a shit school somewhere too, because I'll be a janitor. That's all the training I have. And who's to say that these people on welfare don't know how to do anything? Maybe they have good customer service skills. Who knows? But we're assuming that all they can do is clean up garbage. It's horrible.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. The type of job, it's not the ideal type of work, right? But when you think about it, it has to be some sort of public sector job for them to work in. So, and I don't know. I just think that if you're having a hard time finding work, you have to be open-minded to everything. And I'm not saying going around and picking people's shit up or whatever, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you need work.
Yeah.
You have a job available.
Listen.
And I know it's
Listen.
not the type of work that people look forward to or the type of work that people aspire to do. But it's a job.
Yeah, look, I hear what Jayar is saying, but overall I don't agree, okay? Because, and look, first of all, let me explain more. Like, sometimes families are on welfare because they both, mom and dad had good jobs, or dad had a good job, and they happen to get laid off, and it could be a steel worker, could be a teacher, it could have been 100 different things that they were doing. And then to ask them to clean up the subway, I get it. It's frustrating, etc. But at the same time, I think that JR is making a mistake that sometimes, like, rich folks make, which is like, oh, that job is beneath people, right? Like, to me, like, a lot of people, all right, let me put it this way. Some people I know are so afraid to call their cleaning lady their cleaning lady. And so like, oh my God, my helper, assistant, something. Dude, it's the cleaning lady. It's okay. A lot of times she makes more money than I do. For a huge stretch of my career, she made more money than I did, right? And we've had this discussion on the show before. There's nothing wrong with her job. That's her job. And that, you know, you can call that picking up other people's shit, or you can call it a decent way to earn a living, right? And in this case, it's not a cleaning lady. It's somebody who's cleaning up the subway tracks. Look, would I want to do it? No, of course it sucks. I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, I don't want to demean that job, and a job is a job, and you get back on your feet to some degree. And so I get it has upsides and downsides, but overall, I don't think it's a terrible program. I think it can help some people, and it can help the city. And I don't want people to have the assumption that if you're on welfare, that that's the kind of thing you should do. And I know that's what Jayar is concerned about. But at the same time, for people to say, oh, no, I'm above that, well, look, if you're in a tight spot, you're in a tight spot.
Yeah, I agree with you a little more, Cenk. So, you know.